All right, everybody. I totally apologize. This is another video where I'm just drunk and I have zero outline, both physical and mental. But we're talking about the American entertainment industry, you know, and let's keep going. Let's keep going. Um, there's this story out there. It's called the Iron Monkey. It's called the Iron Monkey. I think it's a Chinese story. Mm. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Like seriously, it's like my wife and I watched it, and I think my daughter was conceived right after that movie. Like totally. Um, but it's a good movie, and it's like a different style. It's a different storytelling style. And it's a storytelling style that I kind of do myself, I guess. Um, because in the American style of storytelling, it's like you have comedy and you have a lot of great comedy out there. Like shit, like I went to some good ones. I mean, Adam Sandler does some good stuff. Fucking a, there's like what's that movie where you have McLovin? You know, he's the star. I'm sorry, I know that might break some hearts, but he's the McLovin. That's a great comedy. Anything the Ant Man does is pretty funny. Um, Unless he's doing the Ant Man, maybe. I don't know. I've never actually seen that stuff, so I shouldn't prejudge it. But, because it looks like, I don't know, it's hard to do. So, like, there was this one story one time I watched when I was a kid, and it was these people, and they went into this world of giants. I forgot. It was like this story that was made in, it was like a show that was in the 50s or 60s, and they went into this world of giants, and it was just kind of fascinating. Um, it was another story that I saw one time, and it was just like I was a teenager, and I was a total fucking teenager, and it was a story that this one guy had gone back in time. It was a TV show, and he had gone back in time to when dinosaurs existed, right? No, no, like I don't know where this story was or where it came from, but no, I watched it, and the um, the female characters in this story were born and raised in the dinosaur world, but I think the guy that went back, or maybe there was a couple people that went back. I forgot. I totally. All I remember was the boobs. Um, but like the female characters in this story, they had been born and raised in the dinosaur world, and they were wearing these just like outfits that the humans in the days of the dinosaurs would wear, and they were just like, damn, I mean, there's I think there's I think there's a great value in B stories. I think B stories are just totally undervalued. And there's no more B stories out there nowadays because everybody's trying to be perfect. You know, there's no more fucking B stories out there. Because everybody's trying to be fucking perfect. Like, damn, we've lost the beauty of the B story. I think totally. And again, like I'm the type of man who respects women, and so anything that I'm saying right now, turning a woman into a sexual object, no, that's bad and wrong. Um, the fact that they are sexual objects is great and it's sacred and amazing and awesome, but I don't know. I mean, we'd have to go off onto a little tangent here, but I guess we have to. And the little tangent is basically this: there's this people out there who believe in the traditional wife that stays home and cooks and cleans and like fucking does the blowjob, right? Because when you go down on a man, it's a job. When you go down on women, it's a eating out, right? And so, anyways, manipulation of the mind. But I don't believe in that shit because, like, I mean, first of all, Christmas just happened just now, and Teresa gave me a journal, and you know what? I'm gonna use this journal to write down recipes because I've cooked in the past, and sometimes I cook things, and they're great and awesome, but sometimes I cook things and they're terrible, and sometimes I cook things and I like it, but nobody else does, and it's like very recently I've really come to honor cooking as a craft. It's an art and a science, and I'm going to use this new journal Teresa got me, and I'm going to try to science it because I've always been an artist that hits or misses sometimes, and it's like you call Asian, like in America you call Asian people yellow. They're yellow. And that was something that they did back in the day, and it was an insult. Like, you're yellow. You're yellow. But it's like to me, it's like, why are we insulting yellow? Like, yellow is the color of the fucking sun. Oh my god, the yellow is just a beautiful, powerful fucking color. Why are we insulting yellow? Anyways, what am I talking about? Anyway, we're talking about the American entertainment industry. We're talking about the American entertainment industry. You know what? Oh my god. I recently learned about the Hmong, right? I recently learned about the Hmong, and I had never known about, like, I love history, and it actually pissed me off. It really did. Because I've been reading history my whole life. I've been reading history. So when I first learned about the Hmong, I was pissed off. I was I was so pissed off. I'm like, "What? Who are these Hmong people? Who? What? I've never heard about them in my entire life. Who the fuck are they?" And I learned about them, and I was so pissed off. I was so, because here are these Hmong people, and they're like apparently millions of people, maybe. I don't know the exact numbers, but they live in the jungles, and so they lived outside of um, Chinese and Indian influence, civilizational influence, or whatever you want to fucking call it. And so there's just this tribe that's been living in the jungles, and they've been just swinging on trees and doing the jungle shit while we've been progressing towards like space and shit, and like movies and cameras and cool clothes and shit, right? Um, but that was fascinating to me to learn about these Hmong people because it's like you could be a Hmong person, you can grow up in Hmong territory, and you could go from like jungle swinging to like space travel. Like that's a cool story. It's a cool story, and all you Hmong people, you're totally fucking welcome here in America. Um, hell yeah, like come on down. But I learned about these Hmong people through basically what I want to talk about is Clint Eastwood. I learned about him through the car movie. It was Clint Eastwood and the car and the monk, right? Basically. Um, I forgot the name, but damn. What I want to say. What I want to say is this. This is what I want to say. Okay. This is what I want to say. Like, we need to fucking we need to fucking make statues of Clint fucking Eastwood. We do, like before he dies, because it seems like possibly it's coming soon, but hopefully not, or maybe hopefully I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but we need to make statues of this fucking guy, right? Like yesterday, like like the good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh my god, oh my fucking god! Like that is just like I'm a big fan of Quentin Tarantino, and a lot of his earlier stuff. I think he's been maybe kind of declining a bit, but I love Quentin Tarantino, and I've taken his advice as a story writer because I wrote my first story and I was just like excited, and I didn't know what I was doing, um, and so I went to look for advice from other story writers, and I came across Quentin Tarantino, and he was like, "Hey, write stories that you would want to watch." So I was like, "Oh, that's a good advice." And then you have then I also listen to the advice of Stephen King because I like The Stand. And I like a lot of his stuff, and like I listen to him, and he's like bullshit in the audience, But like I believe in merit, I do, and I don't think you should throw pigs before swan or pearls before swine and shit like that. And I like that guy was keeping it real, while like Quentin Tarantino was more like a Ned Stark, wear your heart on your sleeve type shit. But thank you, Quentin, because that's some good advice. Like, fucking just like if there's not any good stories out there, just go fucking daydream and make your own goddamn story. You whiny piece of shit. Um, no, seriously, go make your own goddamn story. It's hard work, and like one of the fascinating things to me is that like if a cook cooks a meal, sometimes they don't actually enjoy eating it because maybe they've tasted it, and they're not hungry, and they're not just excited, but they're maybe excited about the experience and shit like that, whatever. But it's the same thing for artists. Like, if you have somebody who's making a movie, like they know everything that's gonna be said and done. So like the first time that movie it has the final cut, and they watch it, it's like they've watched it a million times before, and so they're not gonna really enjoy it. And so one of the things I enjoy about Quentin Tarantino is that what he likes to do is he likes to go into the theater and feel the audience. Right, that's cool. I was in a coffee shop one time, and this the person at the register was um, kind of like like I heard this phrase recently called a performative male, right? But the people at the register were performative people, and um, there was this dramatic, like the volume was raised, and there was this dramatic interaction, peaceful and calm, not like Maury Povich and what's that guy's name? You're not the father. Anyways, it was a peaceful interaction, but it was loud and it was theatric. And what I did was I did what everyone else did. I looked up, but instead of looking up, I think I briefly looked up at what was happening because I don't remember. But instead of looking up at what was happening, I started looking around at everybody else. And everybody else, they raised their head and their eyes are open, right? Because there's a difference between the adult cool face, which is closed and um, completely unempathetic, and the child face, which is open and taking others in. And all these people, they opened up their eyes and they're just taking it in. And I mean, basically, we're all a bunch of perverts. No, we are. But I think, I'm a Jew, and well, at some point, if somebody Jewifies me, I'll be a Jew. But I mean, in the Jewish world, it says that we are made in the image and likeness of God. So therefore, like it's obvious. It's obvious that human beings are perverts. Period. you know, and we can moralize against it or for it or whatever, but that's just the reality. And so, I mean, if we're perverts, that would make God a pervert. And I think God is the supreme pervert.